Hello, my beautiful people. It's time for some rune pool readings. Lunchtime rune pools. So, I did not do a Samhain thing last night because I teach class on Wednesday nights. Teach my women's studies class. It's a fantastic class. We're talking about Frankenstein, which is the modern Prometheus. The full title is Frankenstein, the Modern Prometheus. And, I'm training up a whole gaggle of young women and one fella to know that Frankenstein is not a green monster with bolts in his neck. It's the doctor. The monster didn't have a name. And that's important when you look at it from a psychological perspective. So anyway, I'm always too tired when I get home to do it. And I was busy in meetings all day yesterday and today. So I have to do this over lunch. And then, but tonight I'll be talking about something. I go to the doctor to see if I can play pipes this weekend. So let's see. I fly out. I'm going to be in Chicago next week for work. So it's twofold. Can I play pipes? Can I fly? I'm pretty sure I can fly, but I don't know what they're going to say about bagpipes. Well, let's see. Alright, what's our present energy? Doing 3 Norns. Hello, Spirit. Hello, Spirit! Present energy. Algis. The yew tree. I always think of it as arms stretched out. What's our past energy? Oh. We have Ewaz again. We had Ewaz as future energy before, now it's past. Isn't it funny how spirit works? And where are we headed? I have a nice cold breeze coming in. My ancestors are saying hello. And we have Othala. She also had the other day. Love these stones. Alright, let me go check these out for a minute, and then I'll be right back, and we'll see what they have to say. So, I always say that the stones are interesting, and they always are. So, Algis is all about protection, shield, and strength, right? So, you're very protected in this space, and that's, in the Samhain season, it's that thinnest veil, right? It's that thin veil between the living and those who have crossed over, and then, other parts of the year, there's a veil thinner between us and spirit, the spirit world. And so, this is a reminder that you're being protected, and that we want to remember that we're protected not just by the things that we do or the laws that govern us or the spaces we live in, but we are also protected from the spiritual world, from the world of our ancestors, from the world of spirit. We are protected, and we come into this space. Let me just read this so that you have these words, but this is a document that I didn't make, that I kind of have as a reference on the side, so I can share quick words with you, because when I was reading from my book, people are like, that's too long. So these are the quick words, but I actually know more words that go with this. For Algis, it's the elk, right? Protection, shield, ward off evil. So, kind of think of like a force field around you. Like, you're protected. And you're protected by spirit. You're protected by your ancestors. You're protected by, in my case, I believe in God and Jesus and Mary. So I believe in that protection. I wear, a Mary medal. I wear crosses. So, we're protected by our higher power. And, and that's, so, like right now I'm sick, and it's really hard for me to be patient to get better. But, I'm not 17 anymore, so, it's hard for me to, just, with pneumonia. I mean, I don't have active pneumonia now, but I'm recovering from it, which apparently takes forever. Who knew? I'm not 17 anymore. I can't just go out and play pipes and not have it affect me. Like when I played the other night, I coughed all night, and it just, it was horrible. So I'm not as resilient as I once was physically, because I'm not as young or in as good a shape. So, but I'm protected, and I'm protected also in the choices I make. So at 17, I would have been like, well, screw it, I'm just going to do it anyway. But at 50, I'm like, I should probably make sure that I can walk and play bagpipes in a 1.5 mile parade, in the rain, I should probably make sure that I should do that. I'm going to guess the answer is no, but if the answer is yes, then I'll go. But if the answer is no, I've not always been great about following medical advice, but I will be better. I have been better, and I will follow it, whatever they say. So EWAS, coming into it, what is the EWAS? Words on the sheet. Strength, reliability, and trustworthiness, right? So you come into this place of protection because you have reliable information. You know yourself, you know, even if you don't believe in a higher power, you have faith in something. It's yourself or your beliefs or whatever, whatever you have going on, you can trust that. And that's going to help you to protect yourself, to protect your interests, to protect, what you need to protect in order to, to be whole and to be healthy and to be well, right? Othala is about heirlooms, heritage, and land of birth. And, I get that a lot. And the Samhain season's all about celebrating your ancestors. So, your ancestors are telling you, or they're telling me for sure, like, we've got you. We've got your six. We've got you. You're smart enough. You know what you should and shouldn't do. We've got you. We love this time that you're spending with us, reflecting and everything. And we're going to continue to guide you. So, and sometimes, and I've talked about this on the channel before. I'm an academic, and so I do research, and I have a research brain. So a lot of times I will be like, really immersed in this kind of work, and then I'll think, holy crap, this is horseshit. Like this, this is all nonsense. This is just, people who, have upper middle class women who have nothing better to do with their time than to think up all this crazy nonsense. And then, because doubt always, creeps in because our culture doesn't allow for free thinking. I don't want to say doesn't allow, of course it allows, but it doesn't encourage thinking along these lines. So my research brain, my academic brain, Beth the academic, she always wants to find a reason why these things aren't true. I just want my ancestors to be around me, therefore it's true. I think, therefore I am, right? So, but Spirit is here to say, we are here, and you've seen concrete examples of that. So you have seen the evidence that you've needed, and continue to look for evidence. We're trying to show you evidence, and you keep discounting it. Quit doing that. And, write it down. Write down the evidence when you see it. And then I tend to like when I watch videos on YouTube, evidential mediums, right? Like the ones that require evidence. And I weigh what they consider as evidence, right? Like that's one of the reasons I like Suzanne Giesemann is, like the evidence is like actual evidence. It's not just like, oh, I saw a black cat and my mom had a black cat, therefore my mom's talking to me. Like, that probably could happen, like that probably does happen, but, I would say that a specific cardinal landing on my porch on Easter morning, 2 years in a row, and that's the only time that it ever lands, that I ever see a cardinal, and it lands on my porch, I think that's a significant sign, and especially when I'm asking for a specific sign, right? So I think the spirit world's always trying to communicate with us. And the spirit world is protecting us. Our ancestors are protecting us. And, we just need to trust. We need to continue to trust. And we can use our rational brains, but we can also trust in those things which we cannot touch. Because we trust in love, right? We trust in faith. These are all things we cannot touch. So, let's just see if there are any cards to go with the reading. I'm sorry my reading is so long. I like spending my lunch break with you. I think that's what it is. Like, back when I worked on campus, you'd go to the cafeteria and you would hang out with people. I always loved that. I had a boss once, though. It wasn't too long ago. I've always been fortunate that I've always just loved everybody that I've worked with and people who have worked for me. I've always had a really good relationship with them most of the time. There have been one or two over the years that wasn't true, but, so lunchtime, I feel like I can hang out with anybody, whether it's the president of the college or a person who works in the maintenance crew. Like I truly believe, that we're all in it together. We're all here for students. We're all here to help them. And I had a boss recently, within the last few years, who got upset because one of my staff members would eat lunch with people that was in a lesser class than her. And I always thought, wow. Wow. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like... So, after that, I never went to lunch because I was afraid that she wouldn't approve of who I ate with. Because I'd eat with anybody. Anybody who wants to sit down and hang out with me, that's willing to hang out with me and my nonsense, right? I'm happy to hang out with everybody. I think we're all in it for the students. We're all in it for the same thing. We should all be, there shouldn't be classist behavior. Anyway. Free passes. See what Spirit has to say, if Spirit's going to add to this reading. Anything you want to say, Spirit? Oh. Ha! Gatekeeper. Spirit knows I love that card. Because it means so many things. Like all these cards mean a lot, but that's the one card that, I don't know why I felt called to shuffle these again, but... Should we do 3 more passes? 3 more. Spirit wanted me to have that card specifically, but now I'm doing 3 passes. Okay, pass 1. Pass 2. Pass 3. It's the only card that came out. This card, means so much. So this is the one where the dragon's looking through the porthole, and there's, the fortune here. Gatekeeper, power, and abundance. And, I've read this different ways depending on the reading, but in this particular reading, I think it's this is these are your ancestors. This is your spirit team. They are keeping a watch on you. You're the treasure. You're the treasure, and they're keeping a watch on you. They're protecting you, right? So whatever you need protection from, or, whatever space you need to be protected in, they've got your 6. They've got your back. And they just want you to know that, whatever you're going through, whatever decisions you're making, whatever, whatever's going on in your life, they're aware of it, they know about it, and they're here to support you. And they want you to see them. They want you to see that support and feel that support, that, warm hug from the other side. That is the sense I'm getting. I had a nice breeze just come in right now. My family's saying hi to me. My mama and my dad. Let's see if there's anything else. Pass 1. Pass 2. And pass 3. 1 card again. I think Spirit's being very, very direct in what they're communicating to us, ironically with the communication card. But I think it's just a reminder to communicate with ancestors, communicate with your spirit team. You have this whole team of people. You're not alone in anything you do, even though you may feel alone. I think I've talked about this on a channel before. I have I'm very outgoing, so I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of friends that I would categorize as friends, but not people that I would hang out with, right? Not people that I would invite over and do stuff with. That circle actually is extremely small. Very, very small. And one of the reasons is, well, for one, my best friends, I have 2 best friends that I grew up with. One I grew up with since I'm 4. She has 5 kids, so she's just she's so busy. And then my other best friend, that I've been friends with since high school, she lives in Arizona, and she's really going through it right now. And so I've been calling her kind of every day just to check in on her, because she's got just a tremendously stressful job. She's a nurse, and a manager kind of a nurse, a bossy nurse. So she's really going through it. And then my other one really good friend, also moved to Arizona. So my close friends, my historically close friends, don't live here and are really, really busy. So I have one friend that comes over. She watches the channel. She knows who she is. But I tend not to, I keep my circle small because I just feel like I don't have a lot of, I don't have a lot of time for drama. I'm a very busy girl, so I don't have a lot of time for drama. So I try to keep myself away from dramatic things and dramatic people and people who require too much personal attention. I will help anybody, like if that makes any sense. I would give my shirt literally off my back. I've done that, and I will do that again for anybody, for any human. But I tend, you know, I use a shovel principle, and if you've heard me talk about that before, like if you can call me at 3 a.m. and I'll say, okay, where do you need me? I'll bring a shovel. Like that's the kind of friend that I am. Like I know that's the kind of friend I am. So that circle of people who can do that, I keep intentionally small. You know, because I don't know. I always say, like, people will be like, oh, you'd love to go partying. I don't like crowds at all. I am more comfortable speaking in front of a crowd of 5,000 than I am standing in a crowd of 5. And that's just who I am. I know it's an ironic part of my personality. The other thing is that I'm also, for being extroverted, I'm also introverted as well. I prefer to be at home with my family. I like doing this. I like talking. I like being, you know, I like my job. I like working with, I love teaching. I love teaching in person. I love teaching online. But I do not like to be in crowds. I'm not, I've never been a big party girl. You know, I like to have fun, but I'm a thinker. So I like to observe and watch people. That's just who I am. So I think, you know, I think spirit is just reminding us that, like, they see us and we're not alone. Like, we have our spirit team. We have our ancestors. We have this whole, like, this whole team behind us in the spirit world. And not to forget to communicate with them, not to forget their presence, and to rely on them. We can trust in that reliance. Anyway, I'm wishing you all the very best in light and love. Be well, take care, and I'll see you tonight for, I think I'm doing a recipe tonight. I'm either doing a recipe or a craft tonight, for Samhain, for the Samhain series. I haven't decided which way I'm going yet. All right. Wishing you all the best in light and love. Be well. Take care. Bye-bye.